Hello, everyone. Sorry for the starting a tiny bit late, but Berserker Day starts precisely 1 minute ago, so there was no reason of me starting early. Yeah. See, so if I started early, I actually have been able to grind. Also, I tried to implement a new feature last second to my recording, so let me know how it goes. The new feature is audio ducking. So when I stop talking and when I'm not talking, the music is at a certain level, desktop audio and all that. But when I am talking, it automatically dips down or ducks. So if that works out, just I don't know. Give me your comments. Well, let's begin. These berserkers here. And we are going to be continuing with an additional 185% bonus, 130 natively from right up from the event itself, and the other 55% given from the base effects of the individual character cards or AR cards. Alright, let's continue. I just realized. Let me just turn off this title card. Silly me. But yeah, just pretend I was showing you the point bonus report, and Seth did not die because I wasn't paying attention. God damn it. Please don't curse. And he curses both of us. God, I hate Seth. Let me know if the music is too loud or anything like that, because again, these are untested settings. First time trying it out. Kind of spontaneously started the stream and I was like, what if I add audio ducking? I know it exists, I just haven't bothered implementing it all of a sudden. It is quite early for someone like me, 11 AM, I know. Quite a difficult time to be waking up for anyone, to be honest. But yeah, I decided to stream 4 hours earlier than today, than my usual streams from 3 PM EST, because, what was the reason? Sorry, when it's early morning, I can't think as clearly or as quickly. Well, for one, I couldn't have brought it any earlier. Was it turn 5? It's fucking sass. It's not my fault, Irby. Well, I guess that was my fault. I could have moved Anvari from the top, but I was just foolish. But yeah, Tezcatli Poco actually seems more reliable than Anvari here, ironically enough. So yeah, I'm beginning early just because, for one, I can't start earlier than this, so it has to be the specific time if I'm starting early. And for two, I know some of you in the Sama Court wanted to watch me stream for some reason, grinding these coins, but unfortunately it was too late for your local time zone because time zones exist. So hopefully this will work for you, for those who are interested. It's too early for you at the moment. Disappear. Is it too early for you? I keep on forgetting what's on. It's like you're 5 hours ahead, I think, so you're like in the middle of the afternoon. In a weekday, I guess it's kind of weird. Hello, HM Kato. Nice to see you eyeballing and Tomoyoing here. disappears. Sounds like someone else from the Sama chord. Are you proud of me, Irby? Or what's it called? Planning something for your week off that wasn't just a discussion? Or, well, rather passing it down to Toto to plan it. Me and Irby and a few others enjoyed a game night together. When was it? Yesterday or 2 days ago? My sense of time is slipping away. Give me those. So, this campaign for coin bonus is going to end soon. Not just this campaign, but the Chapter 12 campaign in general. There are some new mobs to obtain, which I obviously cannot obtain because I am not going to be reading Chapter 12 until it's fully translated. But I think their cuts are actually quite interesting. It was terrible. What? It was fun. We made some fun words like Twink Pump and... what was the other one again? Blazer. Amogus didn't win. Amogus needs to die along with 2020. But yeah, as I was saying, this campaign is going to be ending. We have a few new mobs, the agents. My thoughts on them are, I think they're neat just because they have such a high rate of what's called doubt. I think that's their best feature. At least to me, that's their most relevant feature. They have some other meme abilities, like being able to push everyone both left and right at the same time, depending on their position relative to them. God damn it, Kotaro. See, this is why it's still relatively important to even start blossoming your Envari. These fucking edge cases still exist. God damn it. So it's going to be ending in a few days. The mobs are good. I just want to say, doubt at like 80% is really nice, especially with someone like Goemon. The reason I had a problem with previous implementations of doubt in that it was always with possession, so you can never get the effect of reducing their attack or without also, you know, reducing their what's called. You can never have the effect of reducing their attack or increasing their attack depending on their possession without possession itself. So if you just want that for some reason, then you can keep it up with the agent, and then you can persist that with Goemon. Now granted, you probably would just want the enemy to, what's it called, be fucking alien piece. You see this piece of shit? The worst attribute ever, for a different reason than before. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you probably would just want the units to be possessed, aka not attacking at all, instead of just having lowered defense. But it's nice to have as an option, I guess, to like be able to doubt people without actually having to possess them. But yeah, with the campaign coming to a close, we should be seeing a new event coming soon, hopefully. I mean, hopefully for other people. Honestly, I'm kind of like half glad that we have had nothing for a while. I've been enjoying some other games that I haven't been able to for a while. Got back into Final Fantasy. We'll see how long that lasts again. And I've also been playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which has been pretty fun. I already saw the first entire game on YouTube, but the second game I didn't fully see through, so I'm, you know, made the purchase just to play those last few cases. And I'm enjoying it so far, although I am stuck. I was just playing directly before the stream. And I'm stuck. I don't know whether I'm supposed to like present something or like examine the room around the people or yeah. It's the investigation phase. Oh wow, never mind. Okay. It doesn't matter because they're gonna live because he didn't activate fucking limit. I know this loop is pretty small and repetitive as a result, but I actually like how it sounds, which is why it's in this playlist. I didn't include every Housamo song, but this one's just very chill, so. It's kind of annoying how, like, I mean, I like how it's, you know, a lot easier to open the information prompt now, but also as a result, it's harder to just actually select the quest because, like, you need to tap it pretty quickly, and sometimes this game registers my tap is slow. I'm gonna blame its, I don't know, processing speed for that. You know that I think about it, I should definitely turn off ducking for whenever discussions happen. Do not want to lower the voices of the people discussing with me. I just realized this music is the most appropriate for this. It almost didn't click in the game, but this song is just too naturally good. Riding the waves of Oedo. it's a neat bonus that I never actually have to worry about quotas during this entire campaign, just because these quests seem to have a good diversity of attributes. Hello, Junyin. I am just continuing my grind, as I do. Not calling names here or anything, but someone doesn't seem to be present. The same someone who half requested that I stream earlier. So, not naming names, but I'm a bit miffed. I woke up early for you! What are you doing? But it's like, I don't know, I haven't been feeling it for these Berserker. I think the reason why is just because I have an exorbitant amount of coin now. So there's no like real risk of me just like, man, I should have grinded more. Because I already... like, how do you think I feel for like committing to another 3-hour grind stream when I already have over 200 million coins? I don't think they're gonna release that much a seed's worth, coins worth of seed by the time they release their next coin scuffles, so it feels a bit like I'm not sure how to describe it. Spinning my wheels a bit, I guess. Join me today as I continue the investigation of who is most deserving of the seeds. Sorry, it was like the Grace Ace turning that I've been playing and this music from Danganronpa, right? Detective games have been on my mind. I was considering to continue, or rather switch from Vari to Kotaro for attack blossoming, but as you can see, fuck, I still need to attack blossom my own Vari. This is some bullshit. Hi Ara, you want another coin sink? Yes, I do. I am running out of choices. Actually, since it's not super imperative that I'm constantly grinding right now, I guess I could show you my current units that I've been building. Past projects and all that. If I remember after I beat this, that is. Alright, let's see my roster and how they stack up against the units I've been seeding. So yeah, I actually was looking at it recently. Okay, game stream countdown. So level seeding. I said circle level seed and select characters. As you can see, I actually have a good amount level 15 already. Guillermo was someone I originally wanted to see, but you know, the game has moved onward to better base art charges, so I haven't really been working on him ever since. Tsukiyomi seems strong enough for what he does at level 10. He was like, I was approaching level 10 for him, or plus 10 for him, right before they decided to put plus 15, and, you know, like, he's strong enough. The motivation hasn't been there. I do want to level seed Kengo, actually level seed him, not just because I like him, but, like, because I want to reach that round 8,000 attack, which you can if you fully attack plus him and level seed him. With the right AR, and if you blossom him, he can even reach 10,000 attacks. So that's kind of my goal with Kengo, with Valentine Kengo anyways. With Horus, that was a project that I began but never finished, just because I wanted to fully seed a world unit, and it was going to be Horus because I thought his guts was cool and good for the Ikibuku dungeon, but then Itzamna released, and so the best world unit that I would prioritize had since then switched into Tanjiro, Kana Tanjiro. I should probably show everyone now that I think about it. Yeah. So, where's the fuck's Tonka? Tonka should be here somewhere. Where is he? I don't see him. Am I blind? Do you guys see Tankaro? I don't see him. Oh wait, I never level seeded him. Never mind. Yeah. Well, I did begin skill seeding him for sure. Yeah, the usual units you'd suspect, except for a Varga, which you may not expect. I use him for dungeons a lot, his 3-star, and I really need that evasion phase start. There's Tanjiro fully skill seeded, and Tsukiyomi and Yubao are also skill seeded, and I also started halfway seeding Jean as a surprise for dungeons, but that kind of just like, I don't need dungeons anymore, so I don't know if I want to finish that. And believe it or not, Ryota, I actually started skill seeding like way before I even received his Evo. This was, I think, my very first skill seeds I applied on him, just because I guess I liked him at the time, and I didn't really know how it worked, but I thought it was a huge mistake. But now it's actually just like, it's a long time comeuppance since I finally got Christmas Ryota with his Evo. So now I can continue off with where I left off with that mistake and actually make use of it with his 50 CP on phase start. Anyways, that was a bit of a distraction. Let's continue grinding. Oh yeah, as for attack seeding, again, Kengo. And anyone who's like level seeded or skill seeded, they're pretty much all candidates for attack seeding and HP seeding too, except for Kenko. I actually have him not HP plus at all, just because I want him to reach bottom out his HP faster with his Infinitude. So that's one case where I think less HP is better, which is a bit, tricky since you can't undo seeding. Now, one situation where I think attack is, or less attack is better, those are rare cases, but I guess I would say someone like Masanori, just because his ability to like doubt and possess the enemy doesn't work if they die, and he doesn't really have any way to prevent them from dying besides just being weak as fuck, having a natively low attack. So there are cases. There you go. In terms of units, I haven't started seeding yet. I would say the one I want to the most right now would be... I previously meant it was right priority, but there's no one else love anymore, so they have dramatically gone down in priority. one unit I kind of have in 21 seed would be... Yeah, so, Prisma, I mean, I guess it's fine if you HP seed him. If you want that extra safety. Like, it still works for his 3-star, 4-star, and his regular 5-star, right? Just HP seeding does make a tangible difference in terms of like how many turns faster he can reach 1 HP with his what's it called, infinitude based character for Valentine Kango. I think it removes like 800 HP or 600 HP every time, so it's a sizable amount of what you're seizing. Oh yeah, but a unit I want to see would be Marduk. He has been incredibly useful, like surprisingly so. I mean, actually, it's not too surprising. I mean, it's kind of surprising. Like, there's so much packed in, just get so much gimmicks of the dying charge and pushing and being snipe range all the while to push. And, you know, even being able to sustain himself on top of that with his heals. That I just ended up using him for a lot more challenge quests than I expected. I mean, granted, like, he does have, like, a strong utility in challenge quests, but I just figured that after LifeWonders released Marduk, they would design, like, more quests where he would be not that as effective. But nope, there's actually lots of cases where he was effective. No limit. And no way to kill Seth, amazing. Oh wait, never mind. Sweet. It's the extra attack seeding, or attack blossoming. I may also want to seed Yoritomo, this fucking bitch, even though I only have 3-star for obvious reasons. If they keep on featuring Yoritomo as the you know, limited coin event, a coin booster, LifeWonders may leave me no choice. This is mostly for skill seeding I'm talking about, though. The units I want to finish with, like, blossoming, so, you know, there's obviously, like, even, like, more selective criteria than who I have skill seed or level seed. I would want to finish Anvari, evidently, in these newer coin quests. He's just not sufficient in his damage for a number of cases. I would also want to finish off Kotaro, since, you know, more damage is good, and, like, 1,000 attack seed with his, like, scaling damage means just, like, maybe 16,000 damage on top of that if with his charge. I find it cute how Marduk is heroic and pathetic at the same time. I like how heroic he sounds. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm coming to save you," or however he wavers his voice. Like, very, you know, one of the stereotypical kind of heroic voices. But I'm not sure if I'd call him pathetic. It's just, he sounds pathetic, yes. But that's because the context says he's about to be eaten alive, so I kind of get why he's screaming and crying. It's like a very, I guess it is a pathetic way to go. But I wouldn't say he himself is pathetic. I mean, hey, at least the Mushusu is cute, right? If you had to go, at least it was through, you know, the digestive juices of Mushusu. So, I guess that's a consolation. Look at all that lack of limit.
ガチで決めるぞ。驚いてくガチで決めるぞ。驚いてくれたかな。ガチでこれがファイト。驚いて水遁の術。ガチで決める。驚いてくガチで決めるぞ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決める。これがファンスファイト。ギュッとつか。驚いてファイト。水遁の術。
Another unit I would want to skill seed would be Housamo. Even though his rates are guaranteed when he's actually passing along. Holy fuck. It's like when he actually, like, on phase start, what's called, self-bestows. I didn't move the right unit, it doesn't matter. When he self-bestows concentration, that's only at a 90% rate. So and that's not affected by his glint he gets on the same turn. So it's kind of bullshit, but he actually does feel getting his concentration, which makes the rest of his phase a lot weaker if he does feel it. And I know I could just restart it, but I don't want to restart it, so yeah, I kind of want to skill seed Marduk, not Marduk, I mean yes, Marduk too, but I kind of want to seed Housamo as a result, just for that fact, even though his pass is guaranteed. I mean, I guess his pass, like what's called, Tangaroa's pass would not be guaranteed if he didn't pass his concentration as well. It truly is the year of Seth. Hello, Azinu. And Seth needs to die. He needs to pack his bags and to the left, get out of here. Unfortunately, he won't die easily because he's the only type. I just realized that my entire team is all special attributes. Very interesting how the team has changed. Well, I guess Easter's not a special attribute, but you know, it's not fire, water, wood. I skill seeded Aizen also for this reason. I see. Aizen was a popular choice for seeding, but yeah, nowadays not so much, just because bind is like very conditionally useful nowadays. But yeah, if I remember correctly, his tenacity is only 90% or something like that. Tenacity and heal. So, makes sense. There's a lot of units that are designed as bait like that, to only have it at a low rate. He also has concentration, but that's not going to be guaranteed even if he skill seeds them. I'm pretty sure he has the same skills leaked Valentine lead, for getting concentration at like 68% or some stupid rate like that. How did Volo survive? Fucking Valiant shits. I might also want to skill seed Daikaku. I actually just recently got his 3-star as an off banner while I was playing for the unit banner in this one. The chapter club banner, that is. Which is really sad if you think about it. The unit's over like a year old, and I haven't been able to get him once until now for his 3-star, even though he's one of the best 3-stars. Jesus Christ. I'm glad I got him now, but still, it's like, you know, his prime day of being used and all the memes around it have long passed. I wonder if anyone even has Daikaku up anymore. If no one does, then like I can't even do double Daikaku setups. Double Daikaku setup being 2 Daikakus, if you didn't understand that. He gives 24 CP on miss in slash range. I believe that's at only 9% though, so if you... Or is it 80%? I forget which. No, it's 90%, yeah. So if you skill seed him, then it's guaranteed. And if you give him combo, then that's like 48. And if you give him what's called, and if you have 2 of them, then that would be 96 CP. And just from random overflow, that should give you 100 CP every turn, as long as both Daikakus have what's called combo. Unfortunately, even when skill seeded, Beachside Seth does not give combo at 100% rate on move, so that is the caveat. But it is a very interesting setup I've always wanted to try, but haven't been able to. Interestingly enough, I've never really seen any footage of anyone else doing that team. Holy fucking shit. I hate fellows. Off the top of my head, I can't actually think of anyone else I'd want to seed. So yeah. I would like some more units to dump my coin on. It is somewhat limited, as a matter of fact. You know, for some reason, I'm really into off-brand Christmas music. Like, this one sounds so cheery and actually Christmassy somehow. Maybe it really is just sleigh bells, but who knows. And like, have you ever heard of Super Mario 3D World's music. They have this like track for the Snow World that sounds a lot like Christmas too, without it being an actual Christmas song. And you know, I think it's like refreshing to hear like new pieces of music in the Christmas catalog, especially when in Christmas time, it's usually the worst case scenario of listening to the same songs over and over again. So like, you know, I like it when musicians try to encapsulate the essence of like a particular season like this or some theme like that, but otherwise like it would just be stuck with its traditional same like 20 songs you hear on radio. And stuff though, because there's none of it. Good thing he failed curse twice like the bitch ass he is. No, I don't want to believe it. I'm sure there's something more. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Sleigh Bells is like 90% of it, but still. No, I still appreciate it. Like the snow theme in Super Mario 3D World originated in Super Mario 3D Land, and it did not sound nearly as Christmassy there. I think the difference really was just sleigh bells or something. Now I'm thinking of that one video from Vox about the minor forest being the Christmas chord, and then the response video by Adam Neely about like how that was a complete farce of an answer. Because what's called, it was used in like, that chord was used everywhere, not just in Christmas season. Maybe it's just more popular to use during Christmas. If it means sleigh bells, it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know? Like, some few songs in the past that happen to be about Christmas use sleigh bells, and then people, like someone who was inspired by it is like, wow, I really like this feel to it. I'm gonna make a Christmas song that uses this too. And then so it goes, it just keeps on perpetuating until everyone believes Christmas means that. Which in a sense it does, because, you know, the things we associate with what's called a particular theme when it comes to music, those are all associated based on like you know, the masses of experiences that we've gained collectively. And for Christmas, it just happens to be sleigh bells among all the other Christmas songs. The only other themes that really fit Christmas, I guess, would be like a children's choir with a slow music with some kind of religious undertone.
いいな、天命の通り当然の勝利である。
As much as I like Housamo music, I think they could do good to have more than one composers. I mean, they already have more than one, what's it called? More than one artist, right? Why not show the diversity of what composers can do? Well, I guess the artists themselves are explicitly based on what individuals like. Whereas what's called score musicians, contract musicians usually have to encapsulate everything, what everything likes, but you know, there's still some gaps to be had in terms of what these artists actually know that other artists could cover. No, I'd rather Seth die immediately. All I want for Christmas is you. Yeah, that Mariah Carey song is something else. Honestly, like, I don't know why Vox made such a big deal about calling that the Christmas gourd. That's actually one of the less Christmassy songs I associate with Christmas, even though it explicitly says Christmas. If anything, I associate that song a lot with the commercialism behind Christmas, but not really Christmas itself. It's primarily one composer, to my understanding. There may have been like other composers in the past, but like, at least according to Toto, if you look at the trailer videos on LifeWonders channel, they often give a background music credit, and it's pretty much almost always the same one composer. I mean, that's usually the case for a lot of video games. They usually have one central composer, not multiple. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the least, but it's definitely not something that I would, you know, if I had to choose 50 songs to carry over the tradition of Christmas into the new Martyrs Colony, that song would not be one of them. But yeah, I think they would benefit from it. Maybe just like some sort of cameo musician composer for if they ever decide to, you know, a crossover with another game or feature, like, I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Don't get me wrong, Housama's music is great. I love it a lot, for sure. It has such a wide breadth of music. Between like the really creepy, such as the Genociders, to the intense, like, you know, the Dance de la Battle Dispat or something. Or the, whatever the John battle theme was, or the Runaway theme. To very, you know, unique genres, like, you know, rockabilly and even like the theme of space they did well. Hold on, let me just think this for a second. Seth needs to die. Well, that song, Christmas starts in November and ends at the beginning of January. Well, thankfully, we haven't been hearing Christmas music just yet. Well, I haven't, anyways. Old habits die hard too. If you think about it, I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge that Jesus' birthday actually isn't on Christmas. It's just like the designated date to celebrate his birth, even if it wasn't his birthday. What can you do? It's a commercialist holiday that cannot be moved at this point. The only other gacha game music I listen to is Historica, I see. I have no comment on that because I actually don't play any other gacha games. But yeah, I think Housama's music is worth putting on playlists. Maybe not everything, but some of them are good enough for putting on playlist. I say that, but I actually don't have it on my own like studying playlist. Probably because like they're all good, but they're also kind of like they're designed for looping in a way and not really passive listening. I mean, I'm fine with loop music, but you know, when it's designed for, I don't know. It's just not something that I would put in my like when to study playlist. Well, I guess that's one of the implicit limitations of the composer. Then I guess it's not really something you can put in the background for a prolonged period of time. Very high energy, oftentimes. You can't study while listening to any songs with any lyrics. I don't want to feel you. Generally, when I work or study, most of the time I don't even listen to any music at all, mostly because I'm too lazy to put on my playlist. But when I do, my entire playlist has no lyrics. Just like requires too much of my attention. Like music already takes enough of my attention most times. Which is why like I'm fine with not listening to music in most cases. You know, this song's really pretty, but it also sounds like the Two Girls One Cup theme. So, if you never thought about that before, I have rectified that for you. Go ahead and make the comparison yourself. Listen to music while studying is a case-by-case basis for me. Yeah, I can see where you come from. Is Two Girls One Cup even relevant nowadays? It was like a shock site back then, or shock video, but like that's such a like an old culture within like the old internet now that I don't even know if people still share it.
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいガチで驚いてくれ。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。これがファンシーだ。水遁の術。ガチで決める。驚いてく。ぬいぐるみのガチで決め。驚いてくれたかな。ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシーである。驚いてく。
But generally, if I want to study music, I'll most likely go for Kingdom Hearts music. That music can be pretty catchy, but it's a bit too high energy for me. Then again, I haven't really played the game besides the portable ones with the Chain of Memories as well as the 3DS one with the super long name. Not the 3DS one, the DS one. The only one I can really remember is, you know, Simple and Clean. Simple and clean as the fire I can feel tonight. God, Jamboree's music was so good. Can you even believe this game came from a gacha? This music came from a gacha game. It's gorgeous and exciting, and like uses like a broad range of instruments that you don't typically hear. What happened at 3? You speaking Arts fan until 3. What happened at 3, Prisma? Not that I even know what happened at 1 and 2. Great Chain of Memory gameplay is rubbing on me. I'm kind of liking more now that I understand the combat. Okay, yeah, Chain of Memories gameplay is really fun. I understand people coming in from a different Kingdom Hearts game if they didn't like it, but like the strategy behind it is really neat, and there's no other game quite like it because of that combat system. Making combos in 3 in a row, and you know, weighing the pros of using prime cards versus not using them because they're one-time use only per reshuffle. And I believe like doing like groups together also makes you exhaust this card too. And then there's also like using enemy cards in a specific way. Collecting them was kind of difficult. Yeah. And also, you know, you have like your optimal combos, right? And then you have to like actually just back out, use back button to refresh if you just want to keep on attacking. Or if you want to reach the end of your deck to get the heals. And like in certain situations you need to also just pick cards manually when the situation dynamically called for it. So it was like, it was demanding in terms of like you thinking on the fly. Kingdom Hearts 3 was fine. Could have been better, but I kept my expectations low and not let hype ruin it. I see. I lost connection to the franchise after 3. Well, it happens. It happens, I guess. Is there any franchises that I followed that I eventually dropped? I mean, I guess Kingdom Hearts, but I never really followed it to begin with. The games on like portable systems are fun. That's all I can say though. The story did not make sense. All I remember is something about like sea salt ice cream or whatever. And you know, Axel being part of the organization, but also not. And then that Amsen guy being like, submit! Whenever you like fought him as boss as Riku. Oh yeah, that was the first time I really played like a game plus mode, where after you beat the main story, you played as a different character entirely, with a full game behind it. So that was interesting. You can choose Chain Memories or COM by using Blizzard spam. I don't know about that. You still need to think about like attribute weaknesses, stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I believe using the larger spells just took up more space in your deck as usual. Where sometimes you need to plan for like long-term damage. Those would be less effective. So using like strong but cheap key cards would be good for combos, and never actually using prep cards. I remember facing Marluxia after like using a bunch of prime cards and like constantly using combos that I had to use the one attack card left over constantly and refresh, and it was so annoying. Kingdom Hearts game story is actually pretty straightforward when you're playing it. It's just a lot to remember, as they say about Kingdom Hearts, right? Kingdom Hearts is confusing but not convoluted. Maybe not convoluted, but you know, looking at it from an outsider's perspective, it seems very... I don't know. Am I supposed to take Mickey Mouse in a dark trench coat seriously? Am I supposed to take like you know, the darkness within the heart of these anime characters seriously? It's a bit hard to get like be serious about it when you're just like looking at it from the outset like that. It's just weird, like, I'm sure you get used to it, but you know, seeing a bunch of pretty anime boys next to Goofy, Mickey, and Donald is, it's a trip. Kingdom Hearts' charm comes from how it takes itself seriously and its goofiness. Okay. Well, more power to you, I guess, and everyone who likes it. Well, I guess for any form of media, you need to have that suspension of disbelief to some degree. I guess some series I stopped following was anything that I used to enjoy on PlayStation 1. Because I just eventually started playing Nintendo games instead. So that would include Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. Mostly those two game series, honestly. As it stands, the Dark Destroyer in the game is actually from the not close mobile game, Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I've never even heard of that. I mean, I may have heard of it. The brilliance of Kingdom Hearts is the difficulty of playing all the games since it's spread across several different systems like this. Another game series they dropped would be Animal Crossing. I played it. The first game I played on New was New Leaf for 3DS, and it was really fun. I enjoyed it. My favorite was Nox. I do love that cock. But yeah, then I tried the one for the Switch, and the tutorial was so goddamn long, and I never even finished it. I never fully really enjoyed it after that. So I just haven't touched it in a long time as a result. The thing about Kingdom Hearts is that you get a different experience depending on when you start playing Kingdom Hearts, as the gameplay changes depending on each game's release. And I've seen glimpses of the different gameplay styles across the games. Yeah, it was a series I've heard for a long time before I played it for the 3DS, but it was just like, you know, I always thought it was just an obscure thing. I'd say the best one would really just be New Leaf then. Well, I have no right of saying that since I haven't tried the other ones. But, you know, I actually enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy New Horizons, so that might say something for me. Another series I dropped would be Pokemon. I wasn't as big a fan of it in the first place as everyone else, but I got just because, you know, what other games are I supposed to get for the mobile system? I started with Pokemon Silver, only Soul Silver. Was it Soul Silver or Silver? I forget. It was probably Soul Silver, yeah. And it was fun, opening up the Kanto region and all that, and facing Red. But you know, mostly I just leveled up Charizard up to the highest level, and then the rest of my party was shit, and I just kept on using items to heal Charizard. So I didn't exactly know like what the best way to play was, but it was such a drag to level up any other unit besides the one. So yeah, this was before EXP share was just a default thing. Then I tried Leaf Green. That was pretty fun too, but again, just doing the Charizard thing and not really understanding how to catch Pokemon, and it was annoying. And then I played Ruby Red or something, and I didn't enjoy that much. That's the last one. That was the last one I played for a while. Game, please. Please, game. God. Yeah, hold on, give me a second. Well, that was obnoxious. Then I finally tried to get back in with Pokemon in the Alolan region. I already forgot what the game was called. Pokemon Sun, that was it. And it was okay. I don't know, it was fun, but definitely not something that would get me to keep on playing. The music was, the last boss was cool. Well, you know, her first form. Housamo. It was a cool experience, but it still suffered the same problems of it being a drag to make a team, level them all up. And, yeah, I don't know. The actual mechanics of getting deeper into competitive play was just not there. I only started to play Pokemon Yellow as a kid, but still followed the game on YouTube and Reddit. You mean like watching the whole what's it called, Twitch plays? It's I don't know. It's an experience for a lot of people that seems to be universal, but it weirdly feels cultish to me, the Pokemon fans. There's just way too many of them for what is, like, you know, observably a kind of a shit game with shit mechanics. I mean, at least the porn of it is good. That's one thing I still care about from Pokemon. Provided the Pokemon look more anthropomorphic than animals. Yeah, it depends on your preference.
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決めるぜ。
I actually have a problem with. I have a personal problem with over-anthropomorphization. Oh my god, that word. If you see media all around you, like Star Trek, Star Wars, anything that shows aliens of some kind or some new species, they're, generally gonna be humanoid shaped, which I just feel is highly, I don't know, anthropocentric. Not really lacking in, or rather, it is lacking in just consideration for the diversity of organic life or non-organic life. And that kind of annoys me. And also, doesn't it have like weird implications too, to just like have anthropomorphs as your Pokemon? Just like, make them more like humans, and yet you're like making them fight each other and keeping them in like prisons within your like Pokeballs. There is some implication there. I don't know. It's just like a children's ruse to normalize slavery and subjugation. Starfish aliens. Yeah, there's a huge lack of imagination when it comes to alien life. Probably because whoever's thinking about them wants to fuck them. And if they're gonna fuck them, they want them to be anthropomorphs. Oh, again, it's perfect. You just don't want them to look too fair looking? Again, it's personal preference. Although I do understand people have strong problems with it because of the implications for it being feral. But again, they're just Pokemon. The entire basis of them is fictional. Like, they're all sentient, honestly, at that point. Usually in those Pokemon movies, they all talk to each other as if they're all equals. But we still enslave them. Because that's just how the Pokemon company works, I guess. I don't know. Do I have enough? Fucking daily quests.
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。一緒にコインの風呂浴びようじゃ。ガチで決めるぜ。驚いてぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。夢のガチでこれがファンシーである。驚く。
On a similar topic, some people have a problem with what's called furry depictions that are too feral. I actually have a problem with furry depictions that don't go far enough, like the genre of kimono mimi, which is essentially just like, you know, your stereotypical like a hottie, except they have bunny ears or like cat ears or some shit like that. That actually grinds my gears a lot. It's just like, why even bother? That's such a cop-out. Wish there was more diversity in the weekly quests. Yeah, I agree. What other kind of weekly quests could we have? Let's see. We already have dungeon quests. We already have rearranging our team. Oh god. What if we had one for like... pull one multi this week? That'd be fucked up. Cancel all kimono mimi. There's like a shocking amount of harem anime that is based on that concept. Of like some, you know, girl that it has like bunny ears or cat ears or dragon ears and is actually just like a dragon disguise, but for some reason they're like big booba and anime hot girl. I fucking hate that shit. No, a Neko girl is still a one. Fuck that. Human and Neko girl, at that point the difference is just like you put on like the fucking bunny ears from Smash Bros and then you call that a furry. That's not how it works. I guess some people disagree, but seriously, it's too little of a change for me. It's just... no. I'm not about that. What you're saying is Melcine is fun? Yes, I'm saying that. Oh, I'm so ashamed of my dragon form. And just like a fucking tail that is like, you don't even see the connection point on the body because it's underneath her dress. And just like her horns, which might as well just be strapped on. Fucking Mousine, what is she even ashamed of? I mean, I guess I would be ashamed too if I was a Kamino Mimi. Oh my god, I bet she'd be a lot more satisfied if she was an actual dragon. What would you even classify dragons as in the scale? Like actual dragons? Because they're like completely fictional, right? And every time they're depicted in like mythology, they're fully sentient, and I guess occasionally, like in Spire, they may be like bipedal, and but generally like they're fully quadrupedal. But I wouldn't say they're feral either, just because of like they're usually like the bears of wisdom and all of that. I don't know. And so I don't really like putting them in the scale. All I know is Kamino Mimi bad. Nelson can go full dragon and Housamo or entire half like in this. She's already had her own like feature event with her variant, and we still haven't seen her true form. The only time we saw her true form was like in a silhouette form, and it was like just like a completely blacked out version of the 1-star dragon mob, or was it a 2-star mob? So that was extremely depressing. Fushi doesn't hit the mark like Ophion do. Ophion is he has 2 different forms, but they're both like, you know, anthropomorphic. Except not 5-star Ophion though, who is just like a pure you know, what's called quadruped dragon at that point.
ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンキラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。
そいつは今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ。時と見やがれ百戦百勝撃。悪くないな。このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。
Alright, looks like we're halfway through the stream. I didn't even look at how much coin I started with. God damn it. How much coin do I even have right now?
天命により今新たなる肉体を得て天下分け目のガチで決めるぞ。
驚いて
ぬいぐるみの可能性をぬいぐるガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。夢のガチで決める。これがファンファイト
じゃあかかりよった。
ガチ少々お待ちを。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぜ。ファイトファイト。ガチで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決める。これがファンシーでファイト。
驚いて
ファイト。
水遁の術。
ぬいぐるみガチで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシーでファイト。
驚いて
ファイト。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。夢ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシーキラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。ファイト。ござった。いいな。天命の通り当然の勝利である。
Hey, August. Do you guys think there's an immoral aspect to owning a pet? Yes. Not only immoral, but inconsistent, but whatever. People arbitrarily draw the lines of what it's okay to do with an animal. It's okay. But it's essentially, it's okay to like own like an animal, but not a human. It's like, what? It's certainly along the same lines of reasoning of it's okay to eat animals, but not humans. The people who will rationalize against it are the people who just doesn't accept it. Like, I'm still gonna eat meat, and I'm still like gonna think that, like, you know, I won't blink an eye if someone else owns a pet. But I'm not gonna pretend that it's not that doesn't have any immoral aspect to it. You could say, oh, but they're, you know, they help the people cope. Well, that's a completely selfless reason. It has nothing to do with the animal life in itself. The system of morality we've constructed has an underlying assumption that it's applied to fellow human beings. Because we are, in a sense, on the same level of how we want to be treated equally. But it gets a lot murkier in terms of morals when you apply to different life. Do they feel the same things we do? And then, you know, you end up with things like that could be problematic, like scientific racism or scientific speciesism, which I guess has not really been a thing in terms of official recognition. But yeah, scientific racism has existed. People justifying, you know, the bigger brains of Europeans because of the skull structures or something like that through phrenology. That's something that I struggle with. I like cats, but I have a hard time getting over the idea that maybe the cat would rather be free. There's this meme idea that, what's it called? The cats actually own you because you can't, they can't be trained. They just let themselves be domesticated, and they just take your food without them having to do anything. In this case, you may want to look up things if you don't want to come to a conclusion yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna have to figure out the reasoning yourself of if it's really okay to own a fellow animal, because we are animals too. As Rick once said, that's just slavery with an extra step. Yeah, pretty much. There's a lot to take in. A cat in captivity lives a lot longer than a cat in the wild. That's just true for most captivated animals. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's, like, you know, just or something. Like, certainly a human in captivity could also live longer than a human who's trying to make it in the wild. Provided, you know, the purpose of keeping a human in captivity would be to, like, let them live up to a certain point. True, maybe I am the pet. August finding a side within himself he didn't realize. I think it's truly a shit reason to say that we eat animals out of necessity, when that is very, very, very untrue. We have many alternative sources of proteins now. We don't do it out of necessity, we do it because we don't want to quit it. Just accept it. Accept the sins you're bearing. Like, rather than denying it outright while eating your, like, meat pie, just accept that you are enslaving and cannibalizing animals. Animals do little to get on you on your side, and then they get done what they don't get what they want for the most part. They do get what they want, or they don't get what they want. It's kind of hard what you're saying here. It depends on the animal. If it's for, like, slaughter, then obviously not. They just fatten them up to the point where they can't even move and see, and then they slaughter them in whatever inhumane way, however you would describe that, through drowning them, drowning their heads under some sort of conveyor belt. If you think about it, you could say, very good pet. I mean, if you want to rationalize it like that, sure. Couldn't we just say it's, you know, I wouldn't call it immoral in the sense of the same morals we apply to humans, immoral. I mean, yes, it would be in that case, but we shouldn't be applying the same morals to them. Although, that's its own can of worms. But I'd rather just say something like, you know, I accept that there is something inherently bad with this, and I'm going to do it anyways. Is there, like, no acceptance of the bad deeds in people? They just have to internally justify it somehow that it's okay. Like, I recognize how inhumane slaughters of animals is, or of how, like, you know, animal breeding is. If you ever heard of dog breeds, the entire thing is actually really like a bit fucked up. They breed them for specific characteristics, and so it ends up that golden retrievers end up having like are inbred in such a way that they have such a high cancer incidence rate. They're actually used as model species for cancer. And then there's also like those Scottish Terriers or whatever, which can't even see properly because of the hair over their heads, because they've been grown that way. There's pugs which have trouble breathing because they're going to have like too much wrinkles in their face and all that. There's just too many breeds of dogs that have been essentially bred to have a living life of torture. See, that's the thing with plants. It's really hard to draw a distinction. We shouldn't be drawing the distinction there. But then there's also people who believe that plants should also have rights in themselves. And yes, they should have some rights of their own. But like usually that kind of thought process follows the line of the greater ecology that the plant partakes in. Just because we don't understand plant pain doesn't mean they don't have pain. Just because it's not by nerves, just because they don't have a central nervous system, doesn't mean they don't have a system that effectively does the same thing. Plants still certain plants retract when you touch the leaves still, right? Pretty much all organisms have some sort of mechanism whereby they, try to stave off deaths and aversive stimuli. Because that's just in their evolution, right? Otherwise, they would die off quickly if they didn't have that. Where do you draw the line, and why is pain the distinctive factor? Like, even if they don't feel pain, they still have those responses, so why not just treat all those responses as something that is worth preserving? Well, then it becomes really complicated, because at that point, it really is about our survival. It's just like, we may be able to eat without animals, but we certainly can't eat without plants at that point. Where do you think like all those synthesized foods come from? They come from some sort of plant base, of course. And then there's just the unavoidable deaths of a lot of things that aren't even in our like conscious perception, like bacteria and even viruses and like microscopic life in general. Then there's the topic of pests and how they should be like. I fucking hate roaches. I'm not gonna start feeling sympathetic for them just because they're a life form. It's a complicated topic for sure. But yeah. At that point, my stance really is we need to treat different. We really need to consider different stances as like, different specimens of life have different standards of treatment. Like honestly, plants, what's it called? They may feel pain, but like who cares? We keep them alive for a much more selfish reason, which is fine. The selfish reason being, we need them for food, we need them for biodiversity to maintain other species. We need them for oxygen, so we can't destroy all of them, obviously. It's a very deep question that has a lot of ramifications. And most people don't think about it, most people just follow the laws in front of them, Just be good to your fellow man while they eat their steak without thinking. In reality, it would be nice if all organisms got their way, but the truth of life is there is subjugation, there is there is by necessity some beings, whether they're in a different form of life or in the same form of life, holding power over others, whether you feel that's just or not. That's just the way of life. That's literally, even if you look outside of our own like moral system, between our interaction to them, they still interact with each other, right? And it's just part of the ecosystem for, you know, carnivores to eat those lower in the food chain. It's part of their circle of life, part of the whole ecosystem of things, and to like ascribe morals to that is like something that's very problematic at that point. So yeah, fundamentally, as nice as morals are, the principle is about subjugation. Who has power? And we have power over plants. We have power over animals. So as much as we like to spin in our heads and like juggle in our heads, somehow they're inferior to us. The main reason why we only like treat them the way we do is just because we have power over them. I mean, in the end, all life do existing for survival anyways, so I'm not too concerned since that life, it is as what they say. But the thing is that that fundamental principle extends to among us human too. Please don't make the joke, by the way. So, I didn't mean to say it, but I kind of regret the moment I said it. God damn it. But yeah, among us humans, as much as we'd like to ascribe morals, fundamentally, it really is just a system of power. And a system of morality is actually just an application of that system of power. The system of morality seems to be just like an implied sort of a contract that humans follow so that, you know, they don't have to live in fear of being murdered by their fellow man, just by assigning what is wrong and what is right and what everyone should follow so that they can live their day-to-day lives. But fundamentally, the principle is, you know, just self-preservation and power over others. Yeah, morality is tricky. But yeah, in the end, when I see people pushing their morals over others, I mean, it's not like they don't have some truth to them, but at the same time, when people do that, it's a way of them asserting their own power over others so that they don't have to live in fear, so that they can, you know, have this mental state of, yes, everyone agrees with me and no one challenges my worldview. So that there's no unexpected events that could happen to the misfortune of that person. And so that they have a perfect understanding so that they could perhaps take advantage of other people. Morality is fundamentally a power game. And there is no limit to the depravity of Yoritomo failing limit. Nice healing curse. Garmer. I mentioned this briefly before, I'm pretty sure, but yeah. There are Garmer stands, and I wonder how they feel about them. If they feel about them as a pet, or as a husbando, or as both. And I know that would be controversial for some people, but I think it's like, more power to them. It's just, whatever they feel is fine. it is a game that is designed to appeal to a large breadth of people, whether other people like it or not.
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決める。これがファンシである。ギュッと捕まって。驚いて。
水遁の術。
But yeah, I get a bit miffed when people criticize people for liking things like armor, stuff like that, just because it's like, again, it's that statement of power play and that people pushing their own thing of what is right to make everyone on the page that they believe in. You know what was also in the status quo of what was right? Homosexuality being the devil's work, and heterosexuality being the only like respectable way with marriage down the line. Thank God we moved from that, but it seems that a lot of us have just passed the buck to some other new evil that we have labeled. Actually, I'm pretty sure Garmer's like the only Housamo here that is explicitly pet-based. Well, maybe Moritaka responds to, being called like a sit dog. But that's just like because Moritaka is the most basic of Housamos that's supposed to be representing, how a lot of people got into furries because of their pet dog or something. I don't know. Sit, boy! Inuyasha, sit! The male wife. Horikei Okamui's... I'm not sure if I call him a male wife, but... certainly he is, what's called, overbearing in terms of trying to take care of the main character. That's a thing, I'm pretty sure. Just like being, overly caring as a mother. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Trying to be a mother, not a wife. I mean, and it's like... day quest or love quest, whatever it's called now. Certainly he feels more strongly than that with a partner, but at the same time it's like Horikei Okami obviously is playing on the trope of someone spoiling another person to the point that they're being treated like coddled like a child. I mean, that is his shtick, actually. His backstory is taking care of children before sending them out to the deaths. But ignoring that second part, his shtick is taking care of children. I actually haven't heard a lot of charge attacks normally because of the AR charge sound effect with whatever the AR voice effect is instead. But I don't mind just because I actually strongly preferred these multi-voice lines to the single voice lines. They're so cool, Just two people singing at once. So they're not, you feel like they're actually in the same room rather than just these individual voice actors recording them separately. They actually feel lived together.
夢ガチで決めこれがファン驚いた
Second variant. Please no. But it's probably gonna happen. If fucking Seth's with Bale happened, and then his second variant happened, then Horkeo Kami will Voltsaslav, and then Horkeo's second variant will definitely happen too. Is he even still as popular as he was back in the heyday?
水遁の術
ガチで驚いてぬいぐるみガチで決め驚いてくれたかなガチこれがファンスタイル
Looks like I'm at 250 million right there.
疎すぎたのだね
Merchosius variant, never.
天命により今新たなる肉体を得て天下分け目の戦ガチで決めるぞ驚いてぬいぐるみの可能性を見よぬいぐるみのガチで決めぬいぐるみの
Are you saying that just because you want Merchosius to ditch the kid in the daycare so he finally has art without the kid?
驚い
Seth needs to die!
驚いてくれたかなガチで決めるぜガチで決めるぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ驚いてくれたかなガチでこれがファンス驚いて
水遁の術
ガチで決め驚いてガチで決めるぜぬいぐるみの可能性を見よガチで決めるこれがファンシーでやっと驚い
水遁の術
ガチで決めるぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜぬいぐるみの可能性を見よガチで決めるこれがファンシーで驚いて
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷
そいつは今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ時と見やがれ
And like Vargas ditches Kenta too, and it'll be like two side stories with adults and the kids. Yeah, I guess. I mean, Vargas never had Kenta in his art, you know, as him actually being there. But as a side story, it would work nice. Ditches.
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ一緒にコインの風呂浴びようぜガチで決める驚いてぬいぐるみの可能性を見よぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ夢のガチで決めるこれがファイト驚いてファイトガチで決める驚いてガチで決めるぞぬいぐるみの可能性を見よガチでこれがファイト驚いてファイト
水遁の術
ガチで決める。ぬいぐるみのかガチで決めるぜ。驚いてくれたかな。
You failed limit.
ガチでこれがファンシーでギュッと捕まって驚いた。
水遁の術。
勇気少々お待ちを。ガチで決めるぜ。おっとガチでぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。これがファンキラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。
友よ、君は政治に疎すぎたのだね。君も友と呼ばせていただこう。今日切り捨てる
ガチで
驚いて
ぬいぐるみの可能性をガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢ガチで決める。これがファン
驚いた。僕のカボチャが
少々お待ちを。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。
One thing I like about this Danganronpa song is the fact that it actually starts on a perfect fourth. That's like incredibly rare, and usually you'd think that'd be weird, but it sounds perfectly nice. I wonder if any of you actually understood what I meant by that.
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。驚いてく。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。これがファギュッとキラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。驚いてく。ガチで決める。驚いてぬいぐるみの可能性。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。驚いてくれたかな。ガチでこれがファンスである。驚いて悪くないな。このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。戦争に義士義足はつきものだろう。たとえそれがふわもこファンガチで決める。驚いてぬいぐるみのガチで驚いてくれたかな。夢のガチでこれ我が杖よ。ガチぬいぐるみ
I hate sus.
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢ガチで決める。これがファンぬいぐるみガチで決める。驚いてぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。驚いてくれたかな。ガチで決める。これがファンスである。 チで決めるぞ。驚いてくぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。驚いてくれたかな。ガチで決める。これがファッキュッと捕まって。驚いた。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。驚いガチで決めるぞ。驚いてくれたかな。ガチで決める。少々お前大丈夫。
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。
そいつは今もこれからも俺の自慢
Nice
の
catching, Furry.
時と見やがれ。百戦百勝撃。
友よ、君は政治に疎すぎたのだね。
戦争に義士義足はつきものだろう。たとえそれがふわもこファン。ガチで決める。驚いて。ぬいぐるみの可能性。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢のガチで決めるぜ。これがファンシーで。驚いて。ガチ少々お待ちを。驚いてくれたかな。ガチで決めるぜ。ガチでぬいぐるみガチで決め。驚いてくれたかな。夢のガチでこれがファン。驚いて。ガチで驚いて。ぬいぐるみガチで決め。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチでこれがファン。ギュッと捕まって。驚いて。
水遁の術。
ガチでぬいぐるみの可能ガチで決め。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチでこれがファン。
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。
そいつは今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ。百戦百勝撃。お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次は
Not sure if most of you realize this already, but I mean, most of you probably realize this already, but yeah, make sure you're grinding today if you actually care about coin. Today is the last Berserker day. This coin campaign is ending with this chapter 12 campaign. So in just 3 days, although today is the best day to be grinding because of Invaders, this coin campaign will be finished and all the guild boosted related coin stuff will be done. And we will be getting some new units, maybe, with new variants, rather. I think I may have heard that Jugo's actually getting a variant, although I'm not sure how serious that was. What I don't understand is where are these rumors coming from? Like, I understand when, like, we have someone in the Sama court who gives hints about new units sometimes, but I believe it's been ages since they gave hints. There's also a couple of people in the wiki cord, aka the Discord server for the wiki, that also seems to be privy to some more hints because they live nearby or something. I don't understand. But yeah, if anyone's looking forward to a variant for Jugo, there you go. Even though he never had any prominence in the story yet, but supposedly he has an important role. According to his research file. Kind of shocked we haven't had any real events though for this entire period, besides Night Glows. Although that would be more of a spring event. Summer is usually the most profitable kind of event for post-mode, to my understanding. So the fact that they'd skip it entirely for a campaign like this is very strange. Summer's almost done, isn't it? June, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, it's August already, and we never had a summer event yet. A new one. If we get Fashionista instead of a new summer event, that is gonna be hilarious. Hilarious to LifeWonders' bottom line. And by hilarious, I mean really bad. I'm not sure who would actually pull for the Fashionista reprint, because the units from Fashionista have been reprinted several times, I'm pretty sure. Fashionista Wakon has been reprinted outside of his Fashionista event a number of times, I believe, in relation to Yoyogi stuff. And who was the other 5-star on that? Well, there's Amatsumara. He might have been reprinted for a crafter's thing, but I don't remember. But it's not like he's a must-have anyways. Suzuka, whatever. And Fashionista, Fashion Sath is yeah, I don't know how many people actually want him, but it's widely known that his non-variant is kind of poo. Who was the other 5-star? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, it's Zabanya. I'm not sure if he was reprinted or not, but if he is, I guess that'd be good. You know, his kit's not very amazing. I do wish they gave them some Evos though. They do need them. I mean, what's it called? If Envari Falls receive Evos, then I think Fashionista should receive them too. Now granted, the Evos are for like the base units, not the variants, but still. I hate Valiant so much. Valiant needs to die. Valiant needs to be cancelled. It needs to be patched out of this game.
チで決める。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。これがファイト。ファイト。ガチで決める。ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。これがファイト。驚いた。ファイト。ギュッと捕まって。ガチで決める。ぬいぐるみの可能性をガチで決めるぜ。驚いてくれたか。ガチで決める。これがファイト。
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。
実は今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ。時と見やがれ。百戦百勝撃。
おじい様、勝った。ガルム、なでてなでて。
ガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。一緒にコインの風呂浴びようぜ。ぬいぐガチで驚いぬいぐるみの可能性を見。ガチで決める。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢のガチで。これがファンシーでファイト。ファイト。ガチで驚いてくれたかな。ガチでこれがファイト。ファイト。
水遁の術。
ガチでぬいぐるみガチで決め。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチでこれファイト。ファイト。
水遁の術。
ガチで驚いてくれたかな。ガチでこれがキラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。まあ見てやがれ。お宝。驚いた。悪くないな。このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。戦争に義士義足はつきものだろう。たとえそれが不安。ガチで決めるぞ。驚いてぬいぐるみのガチで決める。驚いてくれたかな。夢のアンドバリガチで決める。これがファンシーでファイト。ファイト。
I don't understand why sometimes that's enough skill set and other times it's not. There was no limit there, by the way.
ガチで決める。驚いてガチで決めるぞ。驚いてくれたかな。ガチで決める。これがファンシー。ファイト。驚いてファイ
ト。水遁の術。
ガチで決める。驚いてくれた。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。驚いてくれたかな。ガチで決めるぞ。これシールが目にギュッと捕まって。
How the fuck did he survive? What the hell? What is that? Microscopic health. Ugh. God, I hate Valiant.
驚いてくれたか。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。これがファンシーだ。
驚いてくれ。君は政治に疎すぎたんだね。
天命により今新たなる肉体を得て天下分け目の戦ガチで決めるぞ。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢のアンドガチでこれがファンシーで。
驚いて。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチでこれがファンシーである。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決める。これがファンシーである。
驚いて。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぜ。夢ガチで
Oh
これ
fuck.
がファンシーである。
I hate Valiant!
ガチ少々お待ちを。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢のガチで決めるぞ。キラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。まあ見てやがれ。お宝目指してどこまでも。
友、君は政治に疎すぎたんだね。
It's kind of a shame we have voice acting for some unobtainable characters, like Alberic or Yog-Sothoth. I'd be interested in hearing them more in as obtainable characters. Yog-Sothoth's voice is really weird. Like, did not expect it, how it would sound at all.
ガチで決めるぜ。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢のガチで決める。これがファン。
驚いて。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決める。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチでこれがファン。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。 ガチで決めるぞ。
ギュッと捕まって
驚いた。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみガチで決めるぞ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシー。キラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。まあみござった。いいな。天命の通り当然の勝利である。
ご主人様の敵カジルガルム止められる。
ガチで
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみの可能性をガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。夢のガチで決める。これがファイト。
驚いてくれ。
ガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。夢ガチで決める。これがファンシーで。
驚いて。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。ぬいぐるみの可能性ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決める。これがファイト。
驚いて。
水遁の術。
ぬいガチで決める。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチでこれがファンシーである。キラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。
驚いて。
悪くないな。このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。天命により今新たなる肉体を得て天下分け目の戦ガチで決めるぞ。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみの可能性をガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。
Behold a picture of me.
夢のガチで決める。これがファイト。
驚いて。
じゃあかかりよった。
ガチ少々お待ちを。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決めるぜ。ファイト。ガチで決める。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。
驚いてくれたかな。
夢ガチでこれがファンシーである。ファイト。
驚い
ガチで決める
驚い
ガチで決めるぜ
驚い
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よガチで決めるこれがファンシーで
ギュッと捕まって
水遁の術
ガチ
Oh, I wonder if you can hear that. My bad.
ぬいぐるみの可能ガチで決めるぜ
驚いてくれたか
ガチで決めこれがファ
I'm
ン
just
シー
like browsing some random images that I could add.
ザクザク稼ぐぜいいな天命の通り当然の勝利である
This is part not NSFW at all. It's just part of the game.
天命により今新たなる肉体を得て天下分け目の戦ガチで決めるぜ
驚いて
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見ぬいぐるみガチで決めるぜぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ夢のアンドバリーズガチでこれがファンシーで
驚いて
ぬいガチで決める
驚いてく
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ夢ガチで決めるこれがファン
驚いて
I was just bored one day and I was just like, doesn't Anvari's art without his chair look like those kind of pictures where some guy is like on top of you with his cock hanging free? Oh, except in this case. Well, not quite, but... And he's basically cabadoning you on the floor. That's like Anvari. And I was like, I decided to just make that.
夢のガチで決めるこれがファンシーでギュッと捕まっ
驚い
水遁の術
ぬいガチで
驚いてく
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜぬいぐるみの可能性を見よガチでこれがキラキラ
Both Anvari getting their charges because of the new art.
ザクザク稼ぐぜ
驚い
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷
実は今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ
時と見やがれ百戦百勝撃
260 mil. Let's go.
君は政治に疎すぎたのだね
戦争に義士義足はつきものだろうたとえそれがふわもこファンガチで決める
驚いて
ぬいぐるみの可能ぬいぐるガチで決めぬい
Kind of looks like a turtle flipped on its back. No, that's supposed to be the sky. Unless you mean because like his legs are cropped off, then yeah. I mean, that's how the art usually goes. They don't show like their hands transparent over you. That wouldn't make sense. That would just be like them with their hands on top of your face at that point. But I see what you mean. No, I can't unsee it now. Maybe it'd make more sense if I just like obfuscate its sides. There you go. Nothing inconspicuous.
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。そいつは今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ。とくと見やがれ。百戦百勝。
I guess it's fine. There you go. It's very important I do this before the stream concludes. Hello, hot mic. Hope you are enjoying this beautiful day in the way that I am not, cramped inside my room, getting sweaty from sitting all place for 3 hours in a row playing this grinding quest.
驚い
ガチで決めるぜ。ガチで決める。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシーでファイト。ファイト。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれたか
ガチで決めるぜ。
な。驚いてくれたか
ガチで決める。これがファンシー。ファイト。ファイト。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。
ガチで決めるぜ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決める。これがファン。
キラキラ輝け我が世の映
ザクザク。
驚いて
ファイト。
ご主人様勝ったガルムなでてなでて。
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。一緒にコインのフロー。ぬいガチで決め。
驚い
ぬいぐるみの
ガチで決め。
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。
夢のガチで決め。これがファイト。ファイト。ガチで
驚いて
ガチで決め。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決め。これがファイト。
驚い
ファイト。
水遁の術。
ガチで
驚いて
ぬいぐるみ
ガチで決めるぜ。ガチで食べてみた。ファイト。ファイト。
水遁
Nice save.
ガチで
驚いて
ぬいぐるみ
ガチで
驚いてくれたかな。
夢ガチでこれがファイト。
驚い
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。そいつは今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ。とくと見やがれ百戦百衝撃。悪くないな。このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。天命により今新たなる肉体を得て天下はガチで
驚い
ぬいぐるみの可能ぬい
ガチで決め。
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。
夢のアンドバリガチでこれがファンファイト。ファイト。ガチでガチで決め。
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。
ガチでこれがファイト。
驚いて
水遁の術
縫いガチで決める。
驚いて
ガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
夢ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシーである。
驚い
水遁の術
縫いガチで決める。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぞ。縫いぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシーで
驚いて
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。そいつは今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ。時と見やがれ百戦百衝撃。
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ。戦争に義士義足はつきものだろう。たとえそれがふわもこファン。ガチで決めるぞ。
驚いて
ぬいぐるみの可能ぬいぐるガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチでこれがファンシーで
驚いて
ガチで
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチでこれがファンシーで
驚いて
水遁の術
ぬいガチで決める。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチでこれがファンシーで
驚いて
水遁の術
ぬいぐるみガチで決める。ガチで決めるぜ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決める。これがファンシーで悪くないな。このままぬいぐるみ商戦という闘争にいっそ興じてみてやるか。さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。一緒にコインの風呂浴びようじゃね。ガチで決める。
驚いて
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。夢ガチで決めるぜ。
驚いて
僕のカボチャが
Well, those things die.
少々お待ちを。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決めるぜ。ガチで決める。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチでこれがファン。
驚いて
水遁の術
ガ チで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。
驚いてくれた。
ガチでこれがファイト。
シブがめ
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみの可能性をガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決めるぜ。これがファン。キラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザクか。
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。
そいつは今もこれからも俺の自慢の勲章だ。
時と見やがれ百戦百勝劇。
お前と一緒だと笑いが止まらんぜ。さあ次はどこで稼ぎまくるんだ。さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。一緒にコインの風呂浴びようぜ。ぬいガチで決めるぜ。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見。ぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。夢のアンドバーリゾートへガチでこれがファンシである。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみガチで決める。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチで決め。これがファンスファイト。ガチでぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチでこれがファンシー。
驚いて。
シブが目に。
水遁。
ガチ少々お待ちを。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぜ。
守るべき相手がためにつけたこの傷。
そいつ
水遁の術。
ガチで決めるぜ。ガチで決めるぜ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぜ。これがファンスファイト。いいな。天命の通り当然の勝利である。
Sorry, I'm just like distracted with pointless shit right now.
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。一緒にコインの風呂浴びようじゃ。ガチで決めるぞ。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ぬいぐるガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。夢のガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシーで。
驚いて。
ガチで決める。
驚いて。
ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よう。ガチでこれがファンシーである。
驚いた。
水遁の術。
ガチでぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチでこれがファン。
驚いた。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いて。
ガチで決めるぞ。
ぬ
いぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。これがファンス。
驚いた。友よ、君は政治に疎すぎたのだね。
さあガチ儲けのチャンスだぜ。一緒にコインの風呂浴びようぜ。ガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ぬいぐるみの可能。ガチで決めるぜ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢のガチでこれがファンシで。ガチで決める。
驚いて
ぬいぐるみのガチで決める。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぞ。これがファンシである。
驚いて。
水遁の術。
ガチでぬいぐるみのガチで決めるぞ。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。夢ガチで決める。これがファンシで。
驚いて。
水遁の術。
ガチで決める。
驚いてくれ。
ぬいぐるみガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決める。これが。
Alright, everyone, we are fast approaching the end of today's stream. I hope those of you who have been playing along made a good amount of coin and have kept up or surpassed me. Although I doubt it, but I mean, who knows? I am gonna play one more game and I'll quit from here. The total stream time so far is just a bit under 3 hours, so going for at least 3 hours flat, and then we shall be done with the proceedings today.
ガチで決める。
驚いて。
ぬいぐるみの可能性をガチで決めるぜ。夢のガチでこれが。
驚いて。
ガチ少々お待ちを。ぬいぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決めるぜ。
Remember the good old days when Ether and Nether didn't have any units they had a disadvantage against? Well, fuck Valiant in particular. Their sole existence is the bane of Ether and Nether privilege. God damn it.
術縫いガチで決めるぞ。
驚いてくれたかな。
ガチで決めるぞ。縫いぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチでこれがファンファイト。ギュッとつか。
驚いて
水遁の術
ガチで決める。縫いぐるみの可能性。ガチで決めるぞ。縫いぐるみの可能性を見よ。ガチで決める。これがファンシ。キラキラ輝け我が世の映画。ザクザク稼ぐぜ。まあ
驚いて
Alright, that was the final turn of the final game, of the final stream of this campaign. We are concluding with 266 million coin. Probably more than I'll need for the next year or two. Yeah, don't know what else to say. 45 drinks left, but yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining me. As Xenu says, I'm nearly done with base fan kit, then move on to the fan event packet. Oh, very cool. If you don't know, Xenu publishes fan kits. I believe he shares them on the Reddit. Go check them out if you want to see them in depth. They're pretty neat, I think. Some neat ideas that LifeWonders could try it on. Alright. I will not prolong this any longer. Thank you for joining me, and it is time for me to take a nap. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.